Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Hey guys, this is Makeup Maria from Miami. If you're living your best life in your midlife plus years, or you have friends and family that do and you love makeup and skincare, then this is the place for you. Video is different in that I'm sharing a personal journey. I got the idea when I was watching Theresa is Dead, and she offered her subscribers a subscription to Skillshare. It's where people go to get help if they want to create content online, and since I need all the help I can get, I went there and I watched as many tutorials as I could. One of the tutorials was about doing some personal videos, some more artistic videos from time to time as a way of stretching that muscle, changing things up, and connecting with your viewers. And so I decided to give it a shot. So here we go. Another reason why I'm doing this is because obviously it's an important topic. May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month. And since this channel is about makeup and skincare, I think it makes sense to talk about, what's going on underneath the makeup, besides skincare, protecting your skin. Because if you don't do that, it really doesn't matter what kind of skincare you use or what beautiful makeup you use, it's not going to make a difference. Before I begin my personal story, I'd like to provide you with some cancer information. I've divided it up into 3 categories: stuff you should know, stuff you may not know, and how to protect yourself. This is not a lecture. I just feel it would be irresponsible to not provide some basic information in this video. So let's do it. Know that skin cancer is the most common cancer affecting Americans today. 1 in 5 Americans by age 70 are affected by skin cancer. You should know that the use of physical sun protection is essential every day of the year. You should know that tanning can cause skin cancer. Some people incorrectly believe that if you tan and don't burn, you're safe. Other people believe that if you have a base tan, that you are also safe. It's absolutely not true. Something you may not know is that members of the Black community and the LGBTQ community actually have a higher risk of skin cancer. In fact, there's a higher mortality rate among Black people. Even though the incidences of skin cancer are low, the rate of mortality is actually higher than white people. And as far as the LGBTQ community, gay and bisexual men have a higher incidence than heterosexual men. And it's unclear why that is. Choose the right sunscreen. You need a broad spectrum, water-resistant sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher to all the areas that's not covered by clothing, and you need to reapply every 2 hours if you're swimming or sweating. Out in the sun, you should wear protective clothing, long sleeve shirt, wide brimmed hat, and sunglasses with UV protection. Last and finally, you should perform regular self-exams. There are ABCDEs that talk about all the different things that you should look for. My view is that yes, you should do that, but you definitely should go see a dermatologist, especially if you live in South Florida. I know people who don't have insurance can be difficult, but there are offices that will provide flexible payment schedules. It's worth it. It's not worth risking your life. Okay, my personal journey began in the middle of the pandemic. A pimple appeared right over here, and I ignored it. I put pimple cream on it, and I didn't think anything of it. Just some context, I was a sun worshiper my whole life. Back in the day, most of us didn't know anything about sunscreen, so we were out there tanning. I love the sun. To this day, I love the feeling of the sun on me. So even though both my father and my sister had had skin cancers removed from their face, I didn't think it was cancer. I don't know why. I just was in denial. And then my daughter saw it and she told me, you need to get that checked out. And I said, oh, why? It's a pimple. I'm getting rid of it. He said, go to the dermatologist. So I did, and they were great. They screened their patients. Everyone was wearing a mask. I felt comfortable. The dermatologist did his test, did a biopsy, and honestly, at the time, he didn't seem too concerned. Of course, a couple of days later, I got the call, and it was cancer. And you hear this and you're perfectly calm because it's that calmness that, you have when you are in denial, which I guess I'm very good at. But it wasn't melanoma, thankfully. It's basal, and it's still serious, and you still have to do something about it. So he gave me two options. He said I could come in and have radiation therapy, a very pinpointed radiation therapy, 3 days a week for a month, or I can have surgery. I wasn't excited about the option of having surgery on my face, but after talking to my family and doing some research, I realized that that was something that had been around for the longest time, and it's not radiation. I had decided to have it done. Schedule an appointment with the surgeon. I come in and I'm ready to have a consultation, and the nurse starts prepping me for surgery. I don't think I was ready at the time to have surgery. I didn't realize that I thought it was a consultation, so I asked the nurse if I could talk to the doctor first. And so she came in, she was very kind, she talked to me about it, and I still really wasn't ready, but she said, she was like, I know that this benefits me, but if you were my mom or my sister, I would tell you to get it done. So I did. Surgery, they prep you. It's MOH surgery, by the way. Moss, I think it's how it's pronounced. And it's totally fine. You feel a little tugging. They actually put stitches in you, but it's not a big deal at all. There's no pain whatsoever. The thing is, what they do is they take swipes and then they go and test it, and you have to wait. And so if they find cancer, then they have to continue swiping until it's cancer-free. So I had to wait after this first swipe, and then nurse came back and said she's going to go in again. So she did a second swipe, and thankfully, that was all she had to do. So after that, it healed like any other thing. You have to keep it clean. You have to keep it dressed. I was still really kind of scared about having a scar, but it's not bad at all. As a matter of fact, I'll insert a picture with a close-up. My acne scars and my large pores are actually larger than this little itty bitty scar that I have. What I'm trying to say is that, I consider myself someone who's informed and aware and educated, and despite all of that, despite the family history, I still ignored the warning signs. I still didn't want to believe, it didn't even occur to me at the time that I could have skin cancer. Well, now, obviously, I know, and I'm being a lot more careful. In fact, really what I'm doing is just avoiding the sun as much as possible, and I have my varying degrees of sunscreen for different situations, and that's what I'm doing. I mean, we could do another video about that if need be, but I just wanted to let you know that for those of us who consider themselves aware, it's still something that we could push back on in case you have that tendency. Don't be a dummy like I was, and protect yourself and wear sunscreen. Thanks everyone for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Let me know in the comments section if you would like to see any of the articles that I referenced. Let me know in the comments section if you have any questions about what I mentioned. If you would like any articles, I did do some research, so I'll be happy to send you the information if you'd like. Just leave your information in the subscription bar. So thank you. Bye. Wear sunscreen.